Okay, people. So just back from a screening of Greatest Days, thanks to my peoples at DDAPR. And yeah. Now, I wouldn't have seen this film, right? I wouldn't have gone to the cinema to see this film. So that's why these things are very interesting. And I always try and keep an open mind and I go along and check these things out. So the film is directed by Coky Giedroyc, right? She directed How to Be a Girl back in 2019, which yeah, that was a enjoyable film. I enjoyed that one. So it's always good to know, right? That people involved, the people that you've liked their stuff in the past. It is written and adapted by Tim Firth. The film is produced by Jane Hooks, Danny Perkins, Kate Solomon, and Carl Soperi. Oh, along with Viviana Vizani. It's executive produced by Compton Ross, Daniel Negrete, Stephen Murphy, Norman Merry, Damian Jones, Phil Hunt, Tobias Gutwila, and Andrew Boswell. Line produced by Claudia Simeoni. With also Sia Ramos and Peter Vaughan in other production roles. Music is Nick Foster and Ollie Julian. Mike Ely, cinematography. Mark Davis edits The Beast. Gina J is on casting. Amanda MacArthur, production design. Art direction, we have Andrea Stern, John Reed, and Robert Haynes. Set decoration is Celia Delahaye. Costume design is Shian Jenkins. Hair and makeup, we have Susie Battersby, Emma E. Williams, Karen Hartley, Istez Hirjik, Panos Konidis, Chanel Murray, Rajpal Shah, Hara Vasaladi, and Clara Vincenzino. The cast. Well, we have Aisling Bey as Rachel, and Lara McDonnell plays the young Rachel. Alice Lowe plays Heather. Eliza Dobson plays the young Heather. We have got Amaka Okafor plays Zoe. Nandi Sawyers-Hudson plays the younger version of Zoe. Claire is played by Jade Adams, and Carragon Guest plays the young Claire. Jessie Mae Alonzo is Debbie. Mark Wootton is Jeff. Matthew McNulty is Stuart. Who else do we have? Heather's mum is played by Lindsay Bennett Thompson. Rachel's mum is played by Hannah James Scott. Naeem is played by Avelia Birch. The younger Ryan is played by George Cobwell. The older Ryan is played by Emmett Breen. Donald is played by Barry O'Connor. I think that's kind of it. Debbie's dad is played by Umar Alexander. Freya is played by Joni Driver. Zoe's mum is played by Chloe Akora. Yeah, that I would say, people, is the main cast. Now, what is the film about, you may ask? Well, okay, so the film follows 5 best friends who have the night of their lives, seeing their favorite boy band Take That in concert. 25 years later, their lives have changed in many different ways as they reunite for one more epic show. It's whether the friendship and magic can be recaptured for that moment and maybe even more greater days. So that is the film, people. Now, it's an adaptation of a musical of the same name, right? That is basically a Take That jukebox. That's what they say. That's what they say. Now, there's a load of those, right? There's a load of those out, right? I think there's one on Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. There's Tina. There was the Whitney one, Mamma Mia. There's an ABBA one. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens. You know, you get these musicals. There was the Michael Jackson one, the Rock of Ages, the Battle of Hell. They do big business. They do big business. And oftentimes they will get adapted to the big screen. You know, Rock of Ages, School of Rock did, right? Yeah, that did. I didn't mind that, to be honest with you. So yeah, going to this, I was wondering, right? But leaving, my ears might be hating me, but gotta say, my soul, that's got a little grin on its face. You know what I mean? This film, it's, you know, I hate Take That. I ain't gonna lie, I hate Take That. I think the music is terrible, but a load of people like them, which is absolutely fine, because I'm sure people don't necessarily always like the stuff I listen to, though it should be known I have immaculate motherfucking taste. So yeah, you know, it was just like, what is this going to be around? Right? How are they going to frame this film? And I think the way they did it, you know, you have these friends and you have a concert and just all of this, it worked. It works, right? We open up, so we see the Thames and, you know, this panning shot of London. Then we have Radio Clitheroe, right? I know Clitheroe because that's where Michael Bisbin was born, right? So I'm just like, Clitheroe? What? Because that's the only time I've heard of Clitheroe with Bisbin, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, huh, Clitheroe? I'm also thinking, I didn't even know we could pick up Radio Clitheroe in motherfucking London. You feel me? I'm like, what? So yeah, the radio show is doing a competition, right, where you could win tickets for you and your friends to go to the opening night of the reunion concert of Take That, which was taking place in Athens. That's in Greece, people, if you don't know. So then we have Aisling Bey, who is Rachel. We don't know this at the time, but she's on a bike. She's riding down the South Bank. You're thinking, where is she going? Funny enough, she's going to Guy's Hospital, which I know very well. I've worked at Guy's in the past. So I was like, hold on, I know that spot. And yeah, she's a teacher. So we see her, you know, she's working in the kids' ward, being nice to all the kids and charming and all of that. And yeah, she has entered this competition. Right now, there is a bit where she's lying on the floor waiting for the results. That may have been one of the most disgustingest parts of this film because, yo, floors in general aren't the nicest of things, right? In a hospital, nah. Nah. You ain't lying on a motherfucking floor. I'm like, yo, how you want to shake him? You want to shake him and be like, what are you doing? That makes no sense. You foolish person. But anyway, she's lying on the floor and the film goes from there. And the interesting thing was, right, when she is contemplating the competition and everything like that, so then we get the flashbacks, right? So 5 friends and they're running around and, Top of the Pops is coming on. And who's performing on Top of the Pops? Motherfucking Take That, right? And so then we get into the music, which, yeah, least favorite part of the show. Her dad says something that did make me laugh. He's just like, why do you listen to this music? People that can only sing when they're holding their crutch. So, you know what I mean? We've got that going on. And then we see her like meet up with the friends and they're all talking. Did you see it last night? And so we meet all the friends, right? And they all love Take That to a ridiculous level. But I think the thing with this film, dreadful music, but it definitely has got heart, right? I thought the connection between all the friends, that was palpable. You could honestly feel that, right? And that's definitely an important thing. Because there's many films where you see friends and you're just like, there's no chemistry, man. I don't buy this, right? So you buy this chemistry. And it's them all talking and, enjoying. And when the music is playing, we get this imaginary band, right? Rachel is thinking of. And I think it transpires that all of them are kind of thinking of in a way, right? So yeah, she's thinking of this band. Now, that is where I did get a little bit confused, right? Because she loves Take That, right? She has declared her love for Take That. But the band who she imagines isn't Take That, but they're singing Take That songs. So that's the part that is a little bit, that bit doesn't make much sense. Now, what I can imagine is, right, Take That, I think it was 4 people, right? I feel it was 4 people. I don't even know. It was 4, it was 5, it was something. But all white dudes, right? So this band, who she's imagining, obviously, they're going to be diverse, right? So I feel that might be the thing, right? They were like, okay, if this is set in the North, and there's not a whole load. I mean, it's got better, but I wouldn't say the North is crazy diverse. Some areas, I don't want to say Birmingham, but people shout at me. I think it's Birmingham's the Midlands, right? It's the Midlands. But yeah, the North. I remember going to fucking Hull and walked into Asda and just everyone in the fucking shop just stopped and stared. I got followed around the motherfucking supermarket. So yeah, not load of. So the thinking is, if we're setting it in the North, we should insert some diversity here. So I think that's where we get this band. Now, the band, it is amusing seeing, the interactions and how they manifest and all of that. It's like, how the fuck is someone getting in a cupboard? Right? Now, there was also the other thing. I'm like, she's a young girl of a certain age. I'm thinking there would have been other thoughts, right? There would have been some other thoughts about this band and other manifestations, But this is a PG film, so there was none of that. There was none of that. She had pure thoughts, pure. But yeah, so we had these different storylines going on, as well as Rachel and her boyfriend Jeff. And so I think that whole situation did bring out, I think, my biggest laugh of the film with the whole leap year thing. Now, you'll know what I mean when you get to that part, people. So, I think, look, where this film is going, what's going to happen, right? I think especially there's a certain point where you should know. You should know, you know what I mean, where the dice are gonna lay. I thought it was pretty obvious. But as I say, I think the big selling point of the film, well, the big selling point for most people is probably going to be the Take That songs. But for me, the big selling point was, the connections, right? The friendships, all of that. Now, I think it's probably better as kids because the break does make sense in a way, but you kind of feel, usually in those situations, at least some people stay in touch, right? It's never usually a complete, you know what I mean? So the adult friendship dynamic, in parts isn't as compelling or strong as the children's one, but that is where this film holds together, right? It's the heart that comes out of it. So yeah, as I said, my ears hated me, but my soul was smiling, people, right? If you like films like Mamma Mia, School of Rock, right? Some of those, was there Yesterday? There was the Beatles one yesterday, right? If those are your jam, I think Greatest Days will speak to you. I think it will speak to you. Now, another thing, I guess all of you Take That weirdos, what were you called? Was it the Thatters? The Takers? I don't even know. Was there a name for a group of Take That fans? Right? It was the Brossettes. I don't know. But yeah, you're probably thinking, what songs? What songs did they have my favorite song? Well, I can tell you some of them. So there was Pray, Everything Changes, Back for Good, Could It Be Magic, A Million Love Songs, Never Forget, Shine, Patience, Rule the World. Those songs were featured. There may be more. I don't know. I can only tell you that because I'm reading it off of a website. I didn't. I think I knew Pray just because it was at number one for fucking ages. You know what I mean? Whew, probably broke a few radios and TVs because of that. But yes. Those are the songs, people. So yeah, if you like a musical film, if that's your jam, right? And take that, man, you had their posters, their notebooks, all of that. You went to see them in tour. Then I think Greatest Days will work for you, you know? And yeah, I think yeah, Mamma Mia warmed my cold heart a little bit as well. So this, for me, was on a par with Mamma Mia. That I didn't see the next two. I saw the first one. So yeah, for me, it's on par with Mamma Mia. So if you like that, then there you go, people. You might want to go to the cinema and have yourself a greatest days, one of them. And bring your friends, bring your friends. It might not be Athens, but I'm sure you'll have a great time.